We thought the third quarter was done, but late flag in there as time expired, and of course the quarter can't end on an offensive penalty, so they'll move him back 10 yards and they'll replay the down here, an untimed down at the end of the third quarter. And the fans here have certainly gotten great football tonight from these two Oregon superpowers of the sport. Ken Potter and the Crusaders hold the upper hand by 2 touchdowns here. Fans started filing in this afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it rapidly filled up. You wanted a good seat, and the old line works. Get here early. Untimed down, last play of the third quarter. Lomax trying to set up the screen to Coleman. Breaks through a couple of tackles and gets down inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. So the third quarter officially now comes to a close. You know, Max Preps high school football presented by Burger King. The schedule been fantastic. Saw 2-time defending state champ from Alabama last week, Prattville, here in Oregon with these powerhouses. How about the showdown? 2 state champs from last year in Miami, Booker T. Washington and Northwestern. That's next week here on CBS College Sports. And then across the country, Minnesota, Arizona, Don Bosco Prep, long time New Jersey powerhouse. We'll see them as well in the first weekend of November. All coming up as part of the Max Preps high school football presented by Burger King showcase here on CBS College Sports this fall. And you can understand while we're here, when you get a crowd turnout like this tonight, you understand the impact this sport is having on communities across the nation.
Yeah, and the beauty of it all is we get to go week to week, different parts of the country, and see the best of the best play. I mean, these are guys that you read about, but now you get to see them on TV and watch some of the plays that they can make.
And when we mean everybody was talking about this game, we mean everybody. Rental car guys, we came into the airport are saying, hey, that's going to be a doozy. And it has been. Lakers trying to get some points. Blitz coming. Lomax rolls out of it. Fires downfield. Complete. Will Story came back to the football, and there you understand what a senior quarterback can do.
And that's what Lomax does best. He makes plays. You see the blitzer just coming up the middle. He's able to avoid them and just throw on the run and find a void. Tight end finds a void and makes the adjustment and is able to make the catch. But Lomax got that all started. We thought he was dead in the water with the blitz, moved his feet a little bit, got outside, and threw a perfect pass to the receiver waiting.
Nathan Heinrichs came screaming right in the face of Lomax, but he calmly sashayed to the side, found open territory, and then an open receiver in Will Story. And now the Lakers in business at the 23, 1st and 10. Lomax in the flat to Story. He'll bust it up to the 20 and then drag down. Dominique Forrest leading the tackling brigade for the Crusaders.
What's impressive about Jesuit's defense is they tackle and they gang tackle. You see 3 or 4 guys on the tackle. It's never just one guy. And that just shows you that the guys fly around, they're in great condition, and they believe in the system and what the defense is supposed to be played like.
And Forrest, one of those guys that Coach Potter says, you know, he doesn't even know how good he can be. He definitely has D1 potential. Just got to believe in it, get a little bigger, but he certainly has the speed and the smarts to make an impact as a linebacker. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Lomax out of the shotgun. Looking, surveying the field, now cuts up the middle. Gets a short gain inside the 20. About to the 17.
Yeah, what's impressive about Lomax is that he takes what the defense gives him. He went, checked one receiver, checked his second receiver, and third receiver. Offensive line giving him a lot of time to throw, but no one was open. But he didn't make a mistake. He didn't throw the ball downfield and get an interception. He just tucked it away and got 3 yards, and now they're able to get a 3rd down and just have another chance at a 1st down.
They'll make it 3rd and 5 from the 18, and no question this is 2-down territory right here now for the Lakers. 50% on 3rd down conversions thus far for the Lakers. 5 wideouts in this formation for the Lakers. Throwing in the flat, complete. Brad Hallberg on the reception, gets it up near the first down marker. And we'll see if it's enough to move the chains. It is first down on Lake Oswego.
Now this is the momentum you've been looking for Lake Oswego the whole game. Just putting a drive together and moving the chains. And, you know, they came out the first play of the game and we thought it was going to be a track meet and they were just going to be able to throw the ball all day on this team. But Jesuit's defense has tightened up and hasn't allowed a big play since.
And Lomax had enough time to work some of those short passes in succession. Get a little momentum for this Laker offensive unit. 1st and 10 from the 12. Lomax, you can see him change the cadence there in the Crusaders bit.
Yeah, those are the little things that quarterbacks can do that understands the game. They'll give you a cadence, give you a hard count.
Prior to snap, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, remain first down.
They'll give you a hard count and make you jump. Just the inflection of his voice, and you can see his helmet move there a little bit, and the guy's jump.
Might have learned that one from Dad over the years.
Either that or watching a lot of Peyton Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning has so many gyrations that you kind of wonder if he's ever going to get a playoff.
And you see Jack, leader for this Lakers squad, has his team in position to get back within a single score. 1st and 5 from the 8. They can still get a first down without the touchdown. Trying for the 6 on the slant, and it's incomplete and the flags fly. Looking for Hatfield again, and Cheek looks like he's the one being flagged.
Yeah, Cheek just got there a little early, and that comes with practice. We've talked about Cheek just got cleared to play yesterday, and now he's out here playing a very instrumental role for Jesuit's defense, and he just gets there a little too early, and that comes with practice, and he'll learn how to defend that, but just got a little anxious that time.
Ken Cheek, great baseball player, USC, Stanford, Cal, all won him for baseball. Had some back issues in the summer and just got cleared to play this week. And Ken Potter said, well, you might see him a little bit. We've seen him a lot tonight. He has been one of the guys trying to shadow Hatfield and Ruley and the rest of the talented core of receivers from Lake Oswego. Officials having a little conference here. And they've got it set up, is a first down on the pass interference call. So 1st and goal from the 4. Lomax will work from under center. The give to Coleman, tripped up. Good penetration from the front line of Jesuit, wrecking that play. David Tabata among those jumping in along with Forrest.
Well, we know Jesuit's defensive line is going to stiffen up here. I mean, their linebackers fly around, and every time that Lake Oswego got down, getting down to the goal line, they've been able to, Jesuit's defense and front line has been able to stop them, especially on the running play.
We'll see if Lomax and company keep it on the ground or if he'll look to find one of those talented receivers. Only one split out now is Hatfield to the right. Backs in the eye. Give to Coleman. Muscling up, muscling in. Touchdown Lakers.
And that's what you do. You make physicality with physicality. Jesuit went down and they established themselves running the football coming out in the second half, and that's what Lake Oswego did that drive. They put their running game in effect. Jack Lomax was able to hit some passes, and it was a successful drive.
Coleman just lowered the head and barreled over his man. Nat Bellamy tried to take him one-on-one, and Coleman won that individual battle. Colby Reese on to attempt the point after. If it's successful, it'll make it a 7-point game. Snap down, kick up, kick good. So Reese converts, and Lake Oswego not going down without a fight. Down 7 at home here. Max Preps High School football presented by Burger King. Back to Oregon in a moment.
To help avoid dental problems, I give patients Act Restoring Mouthwash, the 3-Act mouthwash.
Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals. Act 3 strengthens enamel.
It's why we recommend it.
Act Restoring Mouthwash, the one dentists believe in.
Do you have what it takes? Visit cbsintramurals.com/Powerade for pictures, videos, and game highlights to see what's happening on your intramural field.
Getting health information is a nightmare.
It's all in how you look at it. To you, it's a pile of books and reading until your eyes drop out. But to me, I go straight to NIHseniorhealth.gov, click on what I want, and boom, there it is.
NIHseniorhealth.gov, the medical website created with older adults in mind by the National Institutes of Health.
Getting health information at our age is tough.
Yeah, it's all how you look at it. To you, it's a pile of books and reading till your eyes drop out. But me, I go to NIHseniorhealth.gov, click on what I want, and bingo, there it is.
Well, thanks for the tip.
NIHseniorhealth.gov. It's easy to use. You can make the text bigger, make the contrast better, even make it talk to you. If only everything else out there were senior friendly. NIHseniorhealth.gov, built with you in mind.
School is back in session with College Sports Tonight.
It's time to hear from a few experts.
The nation's most exclusive college sports show that gets inside hundreds of teams and dozens of sports. Along with our expert football coverage this fall, each Wednesday we'll be highlighting the HBCU featured athlete presented by Navy. HBCU Superstars, exclusive team access. It's the return of College Sports Tonight. It's every Wednesday through Saturday at 7 and 11, only on CBS College Sports.
Wonderful night here in the Pacific Northwest, and a wonderful night of football to go alongside it. 27-20 the score. Jesuit still leading Lake Oswego. The Lakers back within a touchdown. The whiteout for the Laker fans, the blackout for the Jesuit students. They're calling it the sequel of a great game won by Lake Oswego here at home last year. Can the Lakers make it a repeat, or will Jesuit get a little revenge? Looking for the onside kick, and they get it. The Crusaders not expecting it. The ball slammed off the back of one of the Crusaders' upmen and recovered by the Lakers.
Well, I tell you, they should have been expected. That's what they've been doing all night, trying to avoid kicking it deep to low. And the front 5 guys got to be more alert than that and get out of the way, either get out of the way or try to grab it. The ball's coming so fast, as you can see, and the offensive lineman or the up guy can't control it because it's coming at him so fast. I mean, it's kind of a tough deal. I mean, you either got to get out of the way or make the play.
You know, Reese is always a squib kicker, so I don't know if that's intentional or not. But if it is, Steve Corey's shown no qualms about going for it. In this game last year, fake punt was successful. They also ran a halfback option pass that worked. So he can be a gambling guy. Don't know if that's the case or not. But either way, the Lakers will take it. They are in business in Jesuit territory, 1st and 10 at the 45. Talk about your momentum swings. The Lakers have sucked it all away from the Crusaders. Lomax, complete. Got it to the good hands man, Will Story.
And that's the momentum you need. You go down and score, and then you come and do an onside kick or a squib kick and get the ball back in for your offense who already has the momentum. Lomax is sitting in the pocket. You see how patient he is and just hitting Story on the 10-yard out.
And the big thing in the Lakers' favor right now is Jesuit defense was just out there defending on an 11-play, 54-yard drive that took almost 6 minutes off the clock, and now they get almost no breather out there again trying to slow down Lomax, who's got 200 yards in the air and a touchdown, and looking to throw again. And that one incomplete. The connection not there with Hatfield, and he took a pretty good lick.
Yeah, just came up the middle. Linebacker blitz. We talked about early the 3-5 defense. The difference between Jesuit's 3-5 defense is that they're going to bring pressure. Lake Oswego's 3-5 defense, they're going to more read and react and settle into zones and not let the deep play happen or the big play happen.
And Potter's defense has weathered a couple of storms tonight. Remember, they had that one stand held on downs in the opening half when the Lakers went deep into Crusader territory, looking to hold again.
You're definitely going to see pressure on this play.
Here it comes up the middle again. Picked up. Lomax trying to create a pocket for himself. Does. Complete Story. First down, Lake Oswego.
Great catch by Story, just using his hands, reaching out. He was covered like a blanket, but this kid has made some plays in this second half. Lomax, as we talked about being patient, it's like a design play. He sits in the pocket for a minute, then rolls out. Story runs a 10-yard out and just uses his hands to catch the football.
Pretty good coverage there as well from Jordan Lewis, but the pass and catch combo just a little bit better.
But they're starting to connect on those short routes or those intermediate routes.
Story, 6 catches, 73 yards, and a big first down. 1st and 10 from the 31. Lakers on the move again, and we have a whistle. And there is a flag. We'll see what the call is from referee Brett Young. Now, there is no flag. It is a timeout taken by Lake Oswego. Jack Lomax consulting with his coaching staff right now. These two teams, we've talked about the tradition they have established here. And you look at what these squads have done overall in their last 4 seasons. 45 wins each for both of these power programs. The playoff record, very impressive, and Jesuit just a little bit better, able to bring home the state hardware.
Yeah, and you don't find a lot of coaches that both teams are powerhouses that like to play each other because, you know, that can affect you in your ranking or in the conference, but neither one of these teams are in the same conference. So the coach doesn't mind playing in big games because either coach doesn't mind because they know at the end of the season, once the playoffs come and right before the playoffs, they're going to have to play in more big games.
And again, we talked about not a league game for these schools. They play in different leagues in the region, but certainly it is a big game and bragging rights on the line. And again, a lot of that's fostered by the friendship between the two coaches. Potter and Corey, both of their fathers were involved in football. Ken Potter's dad coached high school football for over 40 years. Steve Corey's dad, Dick, a longtime high school coach, first at Mater Dei, then in the college ranks and in the NFL with Dick Vermeil on a number of his staffs with the Eagles and Rams. So a lot of coaching in the blood of these guys. Lomax complete to Hatfield. It's stopped at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and you talk about both coaches. You tell that they are fundamentally sound teams. I don't think we've seen a turnover today. We've seen big plays, but you can tell a good coach team by the way that there's no turnovers and not a lot of mistakes, and neither team has made the big crucial mistake tonight.
Yeah, it has been a crisply played game by both of these squads. Not a lot of miscues. 0 turnovers. And a game that will be decided here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 4 from the 25. 4 wides for the Lakers. Coleman behind Lomax, who will look to throw. Again on the out, and again complete, and again it's Hatfield.
And Jesuits continue to bring that pressure, but Lomax sits cool and calm in the pocket. Right before he takes a hit, he just delivers the ball, and he puts it on the rope and right to the receiver. I mean, there's no bad part about anything that he throws. I mean, he puts the ball where it needs to be for the receiver to make the catch.
Lomax engineering another drive. After the fumble recovery on the kickoff, the Lakers in position to tie it up. First down. Lomax towards the end zone. Story, Hatfield both in the vicinity, and neither close enough to latch onto it. Coach Corey on the side. And again, he's kind of got veto power for the plays being called in. Don't know if he uses it that much, but he'll relay the play from upstairs into his quarterback. When they've gotten this deep, we've seen them go to the running game with Coleman a little bit. What do you like here? How about a pass and a completion? It's Story again.
And Story has been the story on the last two drives. Was able to make crucial catches on third downs and fourth downs. And he's made a couple big plays here in the fourth quarter, and just look for him to continue to go to Story.
Ken Potter watching his defense trying to tighten up here on 3rd and 4. From the 11. Lomax scanning the defense. He'll fire in, complete to Story, touchdown! Lomax to Story, and the Lakers an extra point away from tying it up. And we'll see if they go for 2.
We've seen a tale of two different halves for Lake Oswego. First half, they came out trying to throw deep passes and throw it around, and guys didn't make plays. But second half, guys have stepped up and made plays, especially Will Story.
Well, touchdown reception for Story. Caught a big 2-point conversion last week. The touchdown here, and Steve Corey told us yesterday he would have no qualms whatsoever, fourth quarter, down by 1 to go for 2 and the win, and that's what the Lakers will do right here.
Yeah, you got to like that out of your coach. That makes your players want to play hard for them if they know that at the end of the game they're going to have an opportunity to win it.
They'll set up for 2, and the officials stop the clock. Timeout taken by Jesuit. Well, point afters for Lake Oswego in recent years have been a little bit of an issue. Blocked PAT in overtime of the playoffs last year, knocked them out. And 2 years ago, they were in a situation at the end of the game. They went for 2 in the state semifinals and didn't convert. So he says, either way, it hasn't worked for us. But right now in this game, he's going to go for it.
Well, the thing about these situations is you practice this all week. If you're down by 1 or you're down by 2, coaches always talk about what they want to do in certain situations. So I'm sure whatever play they've run it over and over and over at the beginning of practice, middle of practice, and at the end of practice, because they knew this was going to be a big game and it was going to be close. And Coach Corey said, if my guys have an opportunity to win and we can win this game at the end or take the lead, he was going to do it. And it just shows a lot of guts and what he's all about.
And you've got a quarterback as involved as Jack Lomax. You and your coach are going to have some communication sometimes saying, Jack's excited talking, and coach is saying, listen, hang on, here's what we need to do. It's Steve Corey offering high praise of his quarterback in our discussions with him throughout the week. And he's lived up to it. Can he deliver the go-ahead points here on the 2-point try? Hatfield in motion. Lomax on the roll. In the flat to Story. And as easy as that, Corey and the Lakers take the lead.
Lomax has been cool in the pocket all night, and he just finds Story running a flat route, just a quick flat route, and able to make things happen. And the coach, I tell you what, he's a passionate guy, and you knew that he was going to go for it as we talked about. But that's what this community is all about. I mean, Corey exemplifies what it's all about. It's about care, it's about concern, and it's about winning, and he teaches these kids the right way to do it.
Hopping here at Lake Oswego, great history in this rivalry. They got to widen up the history books for this one.
More chance.
I was eating, and then I reached in my pocket and found all this extra money.
Reverse pickpocketed. Yeah. Description?
Tall, lots of bling.
You got a reverse
That's it.
Right there?
Down there, yeah.
Sure.
That's it.
Hey, excuse me. You stop. Hands on your crown. Easy. Hey.
Are you okay? Hey.
Beware, this man could put extra money in your pocket.
Grab a new BK wrapper morning, noon, and night. The King's got all-day value, all wrapped up.
47. I'm comfortable in jeans that are tough. I'm comfortable in jeans that last. I'm comfortable in Wrangler. Real comfortable.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Built tough with long-lasting heavyweight denim. Built comfortable with relaxed fit. Satisfaction guaranteed. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Why are energy drinks bad? 12 spoons of sugar? That's bad. 200 calories? Bad. Guarana? Tisk, tisk. Good for a short jittery burst, then a debilitating crash. So don't drink energy drinks. Drink 5-Hour Energy. It's not a drink, more like a sip. But with that sip, you'll feel alert and focused for hours, without the crash or jitters. It has 0 sugar, only 4 calories, and no guarana. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
Remember all that school spirit? Homecoming pep rallies and after-school practice? Oh, the joys of high school. Relive the glory days with Max Preps High School Football, presented by Burger King. The top high school football teams in the nation, showcasing the nation's top prospects. Max Preps High School Football, presented by Burger King. Watch Booker T. Washington take on Northwestern. Next Friday at 8.
Max Preps High School Football, presented by Burger King, has been brought to you by Burger King, who reminds you there are 221,184 ways to have a Whopper. What's your way? A classic here in Oregon. The Laker fans pumped to see their squad jump back on top of Jesuit, 28-27. Will Story, the 11-yard TD reception, and then the 2-point conversion as well to put the Lakers in front. But hold on, Jesuit's going to get the football. What about the field position? Could be good. Jackson scampering up towards the 40, across it, and out towards the 42-yard line. Well, we've seen a couple of big kick returns in this game, and Jackson almost broke that one too.
Yeah, Dylan Jackson, he's something special. He combines quickness with power, and you think it's a busted play. He picks up the ball, and he just makes people miss. I mean, people don't even want to tackle him.
And number 22 already with a touchdown tonight. Some big plays as well. And the give is to Blake. Over 100 yards in the game, but relatively quiet so far. Right now, if you're Jesuit, Derek, the running game's been effective. Under 4 minutes to go now. Are you still going that route? Or are you trying to find number 2 and get low involved?
Well, I still think you have time to run your offense. I would continue to run the football. You have to keep the clock in the back of your mind, but you still have time. You're talking about 4 minutes. You're at the plus 45. So you have time to run plays and just continue to run your normal offense.
They give again to Blake. Gets up near midfield and stopped right on it. Story, Holstein, again on the tackle. Coming up after us, the best place to get college sports today. College Sports Tonight. We'll take you inside the latest news, scores, highlights from around the country. That's coming up next. College Sports Tonight here on CBS College Sports. Steve Corey helping his defense and trying to crack a smile there, alleviate some of the pressure. But you know what? Coaches, players love a game like this. Less than 3 minutes left. 1 point decides 2 power squads. Williams on the keep. Trying to get inside the 45 does. Shakes a tackle down the sideline. Williams breaking down inside the 20. Finally knocked out of bounds. And a flag comes on the play late. That may be a personal foul, late hit on the Lakers, which would set up Jesuit in even better field position.
Personal foul, right?
It is a late hit. And Williams doing great things with his legs.
Yeah, we talked about him in the open, how versatile he was, how he could make plays throwing the football, but here he does it running.
Personal foul on Blue. First down.
Making people miss as a quarterback. I mean, he's a big, imposing kid, and he can get down the field showing you a little speed.
Looks like the late hit is on Jeff Kramer. And Kramer coming back. He was in the vicinity there, and it almost looked like he tried to pull up, but contact was made.
Well, Kramer's one of those guys we talked about earlier. He's a 100-mile-an-hour guy, and if he still, sees him running and see him up, I mean, he's going to take his shot, and that's a tough call to make, but the rule is the rule.
First and goal from the 6 for Jesuit. Blake tripped up, and Kramer trying to make amends. First man in to slow up Blake on the tackle.
I'm sure Coach Potter would like for this to be the last possession. He got down the field a little quicker than he thought. I mean, you got to make plays, but you're still going to leave a lot of time on the clock if you don't get the drive, if you get the drive in or you get the touchdown too quick.
It'll be 2nd and 4. Williams leading this Jesuit team down the field and doing the bulk of it himself. The give to Blake up the middle towards the goal line. It stopped short. But the clock continues to wind. And timeout taken here. And it'll be by the Crusaders. Or check it. It is by the Lakers. The official at first came to the Jesuit side and then went back to the Lake Oswego side, and that would make sense. They're trying to save some clock here so they have time left if Jesuit does punch it in.
Yeah, they're going to have to use all their timeouts because Jesuit's going to continue to run the football until it gets crucial. They have to make a play. They're down in the field position where they can continue to run, and Lake Oswego will continue to use their timeouts because even if they do get the ball, we know what Jack Lomax can do. He can engineer 2-minute drives or 1 minute or however much time he left without timeout. So that's a smart move by the coach to use the timeout. You can't take them in the locker room with you.
Steve Corey screaming out some instructions to his defense. And Ken Potter talking with his offense on the field. Scott Williams, and we mentioned his brother before, playing at Yale. His dad, former All-American lineman at Notre Dame, played 8 years in the NFL. Scott Williams, dad now the athletic director at Portland here in town. And his son trying to muscle it in, and he stopped. Zinsmeister helping stuff the front. And Jesuit not in yet.
That was a big play by Lake Oswego's defense. I mean, they stepped up to the challenge and met physicality with physicality. And now it's going to...
Well, there's going to be a penalty here on Jesuit. So that'll knock them back a couple of yards here. And they'll spot it now. Outside the 5, so it's going to be 3rd and short. Looked like Wark moved a little bit early on the play. Procedure call against Jesuit. So 3rd and 6.
I would think they would have to throw here.
The officials trying to get things situated. Jesuits ready to run the play, but Brett Young trying to figure out things. And they're going to reset the clock. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6. And just adding a couple of seconds back on the clock.
I think there's 2 guys we have to watch out for Jesuits' offense is the big tight end and Jacob Rourke, and obviously Keenan Lowe.
And Jesuit takes a timeout. All right, put your coaching hat on. You talked about Lowe. What are you looking for here on 3rd and 6? They have a pretty good field goal kicker if it comes down to that in Bishop if they need to go that route. Are you just taking one shot at the end zone here, or are you taking 2 plays to try to get the touchdown? What's your thought process?
Well, I think you need the 2 plays. I don't know if you line up for a field goal at the end of the game in this type of situation to put that much pressure on your kicker. I think what you do is line Keenan Lowe out wide and see if they get one-on-one coverage and throw a fade route in the back of the end zone and make your best player make a play.
We'll see what the Crusaders come up with. Listen in on Maker Huddle.
Right now. He's gonna blow the whistle. Let's go. Coach wants to go. Stay in it.
Now Potter scheming a little bit more. Well, here it is, 3rd and 6. Down 1 with 1:44 left. Williams, he'll pitch it. The reverse to Lowe. Williams, the lead blocker. Lowe dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Jesuit leads.
Touchdown number 2, Keenan Lowe.
You called it, partner. Get number 2 the football. We've been waiting for him, and he delivers.
Well, yeah, at some point you had to get him involved, and you can tell the way they set it up. He was lined up to the wide side of the field, but a short split, and he just comes around and takes the pitch from the quarterback, and he's going to make a play regardless. I mean, this kid has tenacity, and they haven't called his number a lot tonight, but he knew that it was going to come down to making a big play at the end and just keeping his head and his mind in the game, knowing that at the end he'd have an opportunity to make a play.
And the quarterback, Williams, leading the interference there. Not enough, not a crushing block, but enough. Able to get the D-back out of the way and allow Lowe to fly into the end zone, and Jesuit flies back in front. And now here, up 5, the thought is to go for 2. And with the play clock about to run down, Jesuit takes another timeout. And interesting here, there's no play clock scoreboard, if you will, just kept by the back judge in the field, so the teams have to be wary of that without a clock kind of to guide them.
Well, it's been that way all night. There hasn't been a clock, and you have to give both quarterbacks a lot of credit for getting their teams in and out of the huddle and getting the playoff. We've seen no delay of games, so a lot of credit goes to these quarterbacks for engineering and having that play clock in their head. A lot of quarterbacks that get it, they have that clock in their head, and they know, okay, this play is going to take such and such time, and they know that they have to get that play off in a certain amount of time.
Well, as they set up for the 2, whether they make it or not, Lake Oswego is going to need a touchdown to get back in this game. And they certainly have the personnel with Lomax to do it. And that passing attack. What a football game here tonight. We have been treated to a dandy in the state of Oregon. Max Preps High School Football presented by Burger King. Jason Knapp and Derek Walker here. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we have certainly had the pleasure of watching it here in person. The try for 2. Williams out of the gun, trying to throw the slant, and it's deflected down by Kramer.
And now the drama begins.
Well, while we've got a moment, we had to pick a Wrangler 5-star play of the game, and we could be here a couple of weeks trying to decide one, but how will we go with the last one as the Wrangler 5-star play of the game, the reverse to Lowe?
What's a huge play? It comes on 3rd and 6 and goal to go, and you just got to make a play. And you give it to your biggest play guy, and you just tell him to go in and do what he does week in and week out. He's had 6 touchdowns on the season, and that makes his 7th. He's been quiet all game, but when he had to step up, we knew he'd make a play.
The Wrangler 5-star play of the game, Keenan Lowe. And you look at the numbers for him, and if you had told Steve Corey at the beginning of the game, okay, Lowe's going to have 9 rushes, or 9 yards, 17 receiving, 26 total yards, and just 1 touchdown, he would have taken that. But he might not now after that last one and put the opposition ahead.
Well, you got to give Jesuit offensive coordinator a lot of credit. I mean, obviously we knew that Lake Oswego was going to key on Keenan Lowe, but other people got off, and he probably told those players early in the week that, hey, you know, that we know they're going to double Lowe. You guys are going to have big games, and Blake and Dylan Jackson and the quarterback Scott Williams certainly have.
Here's the kick from Bishop. Squibber, fielded by Story. He'll cut up the middle, has an alley, gets out towards the 35-yard line. Solid return and decent field position for Jack Lomax. Can the senior leader guide his team to another go-ahead touchdown? They did it a few minutes ago. They need to do it again.
Yeah, I think this is where the part where you see Jack Lomax and what he can do. The coach, Corey, talked about him being like a coach on the field and great understanding of the game. Well, in this 2-minute offense, we'll see just how much understanding and what his leadership is like.
1st and 10 from the 34. Just about 90 seconds left to go. Lomax complete. Story, another reception for him.
You got to like the way Lomax throws. I mean, he gets the ball and just fires it to the guy that's open. You can see just getting guys in the right position.
9 catches for 103 yards now for Will Story. See, 1 timeout left for the Lakers, none for the Crusaders. Complete! Lomax again to Rulli, down inside the 40-yard line near the 35. 2 plays, 2 passes, 2 completions, 2 first downs. Jackson popped Rulli, but Nick able to hang on, but getting some attention right now, right near the Lake Oswego sideline.
The thing about Lake Oswego's offense this second half is guys are making plays, and it's getting contagious. As we start, Story pretty much ruled the last drive on the catches he made, and now Nick Rulli making a catch down the sideline for a big play.
And Rulli able to hobble off. Solid stable of wideouts for Lake Oswego. Alex McLean getting a look here to come in for Rulli. Lomax under pressure, forced to heave it up. Does. Caught. Incomplete. Trying to find Brad Hallberg. Looked like he almost got his hands on it, but couldn't quite haul it in.
That was great coverage by Jesuit's defense on the deep corner route. Looked like he was open for a minute, and safety came over top. Yeah, just a safety making a play at the end.
Scott Williams helping out in the secondary. Quarterback back there on the defensive end. So he almost picked his QB counterpart. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Lomax, he'll loft it again.